Hello, and welcome back to the TV room. David Bradley here. Yes, I'm your host. So today we unboxed the Commodore 64. It's an original, the early board, and thus it has a 5-pin video connector, which is what I always keep here. The 5-pin video cables will fit into either the 5 or the 8s, whereas the 8s will certainly not fit into the 5s. So that is what I keep handy. And of course, is it a cable from Commodore? No. It is a Commodore, it's a Radio Shack adapter that we used to get way back in the day. That gives us, well, it plugs in properly, and then it gives us 4 RCA outs that we can pick and choose the signals that we want. So here is the power. Here is the power supply. This is the original one that came with it. I've tested the 5-volt side. I will put this in. If I see a funny, weird thing on the screen immediately, like a slanted whatever, I will shut this off and assume that the 9 volts is bad. Mind you, I don't know if this machine works, but we're about to find out. Alright. I see absolutely nothing. This leads me to believe that even though I eyeballed the fuse, I suspect it is not okay. But then, I could be mistaken. It looks okay. The weird thing is with this, let me put this back in for a second, I saw absolutely nothing on the 1702 monitor over there. That is strange. Now that could also mean that there is definitely trouble with this power supply. So I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to reach, with some level of delicacy, way across here. And of course, if it ends up that the power supply is toast, it will be snipped. Bahaha. Okay. So here's another power supply for a Commodore 64, which I will plug into the tester because, well, it's the prudent thing to do. .15. Lovely. Well, we'll see if this shows any signs of life with this. Ha! Look at that. Shazam. Oh, how sad. Oh well. It would appear that what we have here is a dead power supply. I guess it would be, supposedly, on the 9-volt side, because this reads quite fine. It's funny, though, it must be just dead, because I saw nothing. I always tell people, it is best to test things on a monitor, such as is over there. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay. Power supply dead. The 64 seems quite alive. And of course it has the typical not so great video output of these early machines. Not so great. Alright, this needs to be unplugged. it does. And for this moment, just to make sure it's out of the way, I will put it down here on the floor, out of the way. So, here we have this 64 that seems to be happy, seems to be working. Nothing seems to be too hot. But as with the early 64s, the video output on the monitor has funny lines. They just did. They did make corrections. They did get this sorted out. I wonder, I don't have a, you know what, I used to have a television and then I foolishly got rid of it. It would have been really great to test RF modulators. I may have another somewhere that I can still do such things with. Not that many people would be using. Oh, come on. The RF modulator. Oh, come on. I don't like squeezing these. There we go. I don't like doing that because sometimes things break. Okay, so 64. Turn it on. Now, how is the keyboard? I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to try and type in. Oh, okay. The shift lock is down. That would do it. Okay, well that looks good. So I'm poking 53281 and 53280, changing both to 0, changing the cursor color to white, which it's not overwhelmingly. And I'm not looking at the screen to see what's working. If everything goes fine, then there it is. Okay, something doesn't look right there, so I think I missed something. Indeed. Maybe the space bar is a little dirty. I don't know. Well, maybe I just missed it. Okay, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore. Lovely. Lovely. So it's up and running, and we managed to do no harm. Even though we had a bad defective power supply. Alright. Looking good. Now, I'm going to put in the Des Test Max. Distributed by Retro Rewind, made by Matthew Desmond. A beautiful thing. And we'll see if anything is flagged. I don't think it will be. But you never know. That's why you run diagnostics. This is exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And if it does detect something wrong, it will display such information. And it seems good. It does. So the next thing I'll do is take this other thing from Retro Rewind called the 4-in-1 diagnostic. Of course, we will turn this off. You never turn a computer on. You never take a cartridge out with a computer on. So we'll set this to dead test. And we'll switch it to number 2. And we'll turn it on. And obviously this machine is not dead. But each of these tests can lead us to knowing if anything is failing. It can. So once again, the video quality is not anything to do with the cartridge. It's the 64. I should look up on how it is. I'm sure there are things you can do to make the video quality better, but I don't know what they are. There must be something. But then, of course, you don't want to mess with the originality of the machine. And from what I know, it isn't just a matter of sticking a different VIC chip in. But then, I don't know what I don't know. I just don't know. So I think we're getting to where we're getting to the sound test, I think. Maybe. 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 Aha. This is a filters test, which I've only ever heard of and seen on this testing thing. Looks good. Okay, now, there is on here a reset switch. I'm going to press it. I'm going to switch the test. That is not what I had in mind, as I don't have a 1541 connected. So I'll switch this again. Remember, always, I did the reset switch. Don't just flip the switches. Hit the reset switch. Yeah, you can see there's some fluttering. Is this a flickery 64? There is this thing. And my first 64 certainly did it, where there was flicker on the screen. Maybe it's not. But anyway, it was flicker all the time. And they were like, oh my golly, it's flickering. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And apparently, from what I know, all 64s flicker. It's just that they've set it up so that the flicker happens in the same color as the background, so you don't see it. Yeah, I think that sounds okay. If I remember rightly, the very first boards, like this on the diagnostics, maybe things don't show up as well, or the sound thing doesn't show up as well. They don't. Oh, and there's flicker. Is it testing things? Maybe it's RAM things. But oh yeah, I remember my first 64. It had a nasty flicker to it. And you know what, that one, I really have to resurrect. I know it's a silver label 64. It's a very low serial number. And it's not working, but I gotta find it, fix it, and see if it indeed does have the flicker. And with this, with the SID chip, I can hear the gentle rumble, but I think it's okay. I think the SID chip is okay, but I need to test it in a different board to really find out for sure. Sorry, don't worry that this is bad. I don't have the harness for this. I may have it. I took some stuff to the world of Commodore, and then things got so kind of crazy in the midst of that. The box that I had all kinds of wonderful things in, I don't know where it went, and it is distressing. Very distressing. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night thinking of other things I could have put in that box that may be gone, forever gone, or maybe they're here. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cheers. So it would seem that the 64 with a different power supply is quite fine. I'm going to turn this off because I am going to take this cartridge out. Now I'm going to put this cartridge in Bradley's Basic by Matthew Desmond. And, oops, make sure you get cartridges in straight. And this should bring it up with a black background already. And it also has extra things, basic 4 commands, which can be handy. Because I think what I'm going to do next is bring up and unbox the 1541 disk drive that came with this. And I might need a 64, quite handy. And since this one seems to be quite happy and working, why not? It would be like reuniting a lost couple from many decades ago. Anyway, oh, I know what I should do while I'm here. I should just, without looking at the keys, touch everything. That looks good. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the air's up there. Okay. And then the QWERTY looks good. That looks good. And that does seem okay. With other things, like function keys and other things, if you hit them, even though they're not doing anything, syntax error. They will flash at you. There's the space bar. There. You can shift between upper and lower case. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, shift lock. Yes. Shift key. Yes. Shift key. Yes. The keyboard does seem to be remarkably good. It does. Da 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 da, world of C-O-O. Oh, C-O. Run. There it is. World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore. If you press the control key, it will slow down, because we all know that there are so many people out there in the world who crave control. It's funny, I've often pondered getting keyboards from other machines that are defunct and broken and making off with the control key and then popping that into the mail to some of these control freaks. I must control. Oh. Okay, so this is fine. This is dandy. I'm going to slide this aside. I'm going to take the power supply, put it up here, get it out of the way, make sure the screws don't get lost. Ugh. And I think I've been sitting here a little too long. So, I think maybe it's time to get the 1541 and see what's what. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you again soon back in the TV room. Bye for now.